I'm here this morning to tell you about PlayBoard, our generation project, and really what the programme entails and how you can avail of it in your school. If you can't hear me at all, just give me a wee shout, but hopefully everyone's can hear okay. So for those of you that don't know us already, we are PlayBoard, and we're the lead organisation for children's play in Northern Ireland. So we're celebrating our 40th year this year, and you can see from the top of the slide there we have recently received an award for the playwork sector, which was a big deal for us there this year. But just to say, we are also a free membership organisation. So if you're not a member of PlayBoard and you would like to do so, become a member, which has its many benefits. As I say, that's a free membership. You can do that on our website. So our role in terms of supporting children and young people's play in Northern Ireland is through many different avenues, really, that you can see from the screen there. But mainly what we do is we deliver play programmes in a range of settings. And what you're here this morning is to hear about how we can deliver a programme into your school. We promote and we advocate play as the means of developing physical, mental health and emotional well-being and health for children. We work on a 4-nation basis across the UK, and our vision really is of a society where the right to play is realised for our children. So you may be familiar with our generation. We are a project that is supported by Peace Plus, a programme managed by the Special EU Programmes Body, and represents a funding partnership between the European Union, the Government of the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland, and the Government of Ireland and the Northern Ireland Executive. So a lot of funders feeding into this programme, as you can see there. So what our generation aims to promote positive mental health and well-being, enhance resilience of children and young people right across from 9 to 25 years. And we're also supporting their key youth workers. So it's helping to build the capacity of their key youth workers. And the other aspect of our programme is that we lead on research in mental health and the impact of trauma on our communities. And that's particularly in relation to the impact of the Troubles or the conflict in our communities in Northern Ireland. So you'll have noticed there I said 9 to 25-year-olds, although you're here this morning to hear about how the programme can be brought into your schools. So we are a partnership organisation, a partnership project of all of these organisations you can see on the screen here. Action Mental Health is our lead partner. They're also a delivery partner. So all of these organisations on the screen here this morning, apart from University of Ulster, which I'll explain their role in a moment, are a part of the Our Generation programme. So all of these organisations, apart from ourselves and PlayBoard, are supporting children and young people up to 25 years. Ours is with the 9 to 11-year-olds, so that being with your P6s and P7s typically in school. The University of Ulster, they have a different role, where I mentioned the element of research. That's their role within the project, and they also support the evaluation that goes along with the project in terms of the impact. They also quality control all our materials, and they're overseen by the mental health champion for Northern Ireland, who's Siobhan O'Neill, who you'll probably be familiar with. So our programme within Our Generation in PlayBoard is called Spaces to Be. And what our Spaces to Be programme looks at advocating the child's right to play as a means of supporting positive mental health, building resilience and positively addressing difference at an individual, family and community level. And there's a few ways in which we are going to be doing this. So the first part of it is staff training with your staff, training with your staff. And the other key element of the programme is the children's play sessions. So we start off by providing some training for your staff, which I'll look at. I'll show you what that entails further down the presentation this morning. So that training happens before and after the children's sessions. We can incorporate a whole school approach. So typically if we're working with your year 6s or year 7s, we asked you to prioritise what would be your who you would prioritise to be taking part of this project. But not only can the staff who work with those age groups, those classes, be part of the programme, we can support a whole school approach where all of the teaching and non-teaching staff can take part in the training programme, and then that can lead into them implementing aspects of it on their own. What the programme requires you to have is a cross-community partner, and that ultimately would be your shared education partner if you have one. So from today, if you're interested in this programme and you do have a cross-community or a shared education partner, it would be really key for you to introduce the programme to them and invite them to take part as well. If you don't have a partner, we can help you seek a partner to work with on a cross-community basis, and hopefully that can really build upon your shared education going forward. So what we have is 5 children's sessions, and those children's sessions, we have 4 of those that we will deliver within your own school with the year groups that you have identified, and then we have a final 5th session, which you will come together with your shared partner, your shared education partner, and that will take place in a mutual environment. So that will be away from both schools. And then we have a community play day that will take place twice a year in each of the areas that we are delivering in. So this is a 3-year project, and we will have 2 a year that your school and your children that took part in the programme will be invited along to. So I've already said that we're 9 to 11-year-olds and their key contacts. So that's the staff that's working with them, but we can also open it up to the full school staff quota in terms of the staff training. So we'll be in primary schools, we'll be in school-age childcare settings and community groups. So these are our overall aims in terms of supporting children and young people's mental health and well-being. So it's enhancing their mental health literacy, supporting their emotional resilience, helping them to develop their own self-help and coping skills, helping them to perhaps be more inclusive in their play and more accepting of difference. And then it's about increasing their knowledge and understanding of their own community and that of others. And that is all done through our 5 play sessions. We have an amazing little Spaces to Be mascot that helps us along our way with the children. After taking part, each of the children will get a little Archie Bird teddy for them to take home. We know of the many benefits of teddy bears for children. The school will get, or each class that takes part will get, a copy of our book and our resource pack that goes along with that book. So Archie's Adventures and Emotions, this book was developed as a result of the Peace 4 project that we got to deliver in 2020 to 2023. Some of you maybe would have been part of Peace 4 with some of our other partner organisations. Your area, Newry Morndown, is new to us. In Peace 4, we were focusing on the Belfast area, but this time with Peace Plus, we're able to, and we've been invited to go a little bit further than that this time. Okay, so each of the play sessions have a topic within them, all relating to the aims of the programme that I've just highlighted. But what this slide will show you is how they link to the curriculum. So each week, as I say, we'll be looking at different topics, and you can see there with, for example, who am I? So that's all about supporting children to explore their sense of self, who they are, in terms of building their confidence, identifying what they're good at, what they'd like to be to do more of. We're looking at emotions, how to manage their emotions, and then the aspect of the community, about where they belong in that. And then the 5th session is when they come together with their shared partner as a celebration. You can see there the term, the power of the play champion. So throughout the sessions, we talk to the children about what a play champion would mean. In fact, they are very good at letting us know, and I'll show you that further down the presentation here.
Roberta,
so just in case, yes?
Your slide hasn't moved on my end anyway.
From which?
The last slide I have is Archie.
We're on Archie now.
No. No, now it's gone back to the Our Generation slide. Hold on. Oh, I can move them. Hold on. Archie. I've been able to move the slide on to the play session now, but what is it on your end?
No, it's still on Archie. Is there anyone on the call?
Yeah, mine was matching with yours, Roberta.
So you're on Archie?
Yeah.
Right, okay. No, as long as everybody else can see that, it's just I couldn't for some reason.
Is everyone on play sessions with?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Perfect.
That's okay. Ignore me.
We'll assume everyone else is with a wee thumbs up there along the way.
Yeah.
So
ignore me
this
then.
is lovely, thank you. So this is really how the play sessions for anyone that may be in the south of Ireland on the call here this morning, how it will incorporate the curriculum for you in the south. Okay, so typically what a session looks like for us is that we will start each session with an introduction to the topic. So this one, for example, here is who I am. And we will have some group activities and some what we call adult-led discussions around that topic. And then the bulk of the session really does entail a full play session where the children will get to explore the concepts of that particular week, whatever that week theme is, using materials such as you can see here yourself. So we do get messy and we do get loud, but we do have lots and lots of fun as well. This gives you a wee flavour of what the staff training would look like. This can be delivered over two sessions or in 1 3-hour block, which is preferred. But again, we can work with you in any way that meets your needs as much as possible. So the purpose of this training is really to set the scene, set that context into spaces to be. So it's looking about the trauma and transgenerational trauma, and really about looking at how our bodies respond to stress, because this is all really setting the context into us introducing to you our programme. And as I say, then we will go into each element of the programme and our approach in delivering upon that. Now, the idea around it is that your staff will be the staff that are working with the children that are going to take part in the programme. They it's key that they're part of the children's play sessions as well, because the point of it is that we're typically role modelling using a play work approach. Then the intention is that they will continue with that and going forward. So by the end of it, we're hoping that everyone becomes play champions. And for the children, as I say, we do introduce that concept to them at the beginning, and we talk about what might a play champion be, and they quite often come up with this kind of examples that are shown here. And we do really encourage the staff to continue to be play champions after that, and that's what the play programme is about, or sorry, that's what the staff training is about, is how staff can become play champions and going forward. Now, I have a little video clip to show here, but I'm going to try and see if everyone can hear it first, but I might have to stop sharing and go back in again and show it. So I'll try this first. Did that be heard?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Somebody else give me a wee shout out that you could hear it. Yep, thumbs are up. Perfect. Now we have some people saying they can't hear. I'm just going to share again. Just while I try and sort it out, who can hear, somebody can hear, I'll have another go then. But you're very welcome at any stage here to just populate the chat function there with any questions that you might have. and we'll open the floor to those after this short video, which is really just some of the feedback that we got from Piece 4 when we were delivering. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing here and open the floor for any questions. Or Becca, maybe there's some in the chat. And if there aren't, if you haven't any questions and you want to, if you need to leave the call, just to say that the next steps would be that you complete the expression of interest form that would have been sent out with you in this the email with a link to the call, and you can complete that and return that to us, and then that just really registers your interest in the programme. It'll ask you if you do have an existing shared education partner, and as I say, we would then suggest that you go contact them and then forward basically the information, that the email that you have onto them, and let them have a wee look at it. And we can we can really start the process with you both once we've got both of your expression of interest forms in. So I think there's a question there about not having shared. Yes, we can help with that in terms of shared education. So we'll have numerous schools that don't have a shared education partner between one thing and another at this stage. So that is something that we are working with schools on, is to help them identify that. So if you complete your expression of interest form, you send it in and you don't have a partner, then I'll be reaching out to you then how we can go about aligning you up with another school local to you. So I'm in Donegal. So Emer, no, this program is for our 9 to 11-year-olds. I can train up approach schools in the area. No, Emer, that's not how it works. So if you're a teacher in Donegal, I was emailing you earlier, I think, just to say that our partners, Donegal Youth Service particularly, I think, would be your key contact in terms of delivering the programme into your secondary schools, because they do work up to 25-year-olds. Our team of play participation officers are the ones that go out and deliver this programme. So the idea is that the teachers that are part of the programme with their children, they become equipped with the materials and they can then bring that forward, deliver that and going forward in future years. So you can't train as a standalone person on this, unfortunately, but there are programs that you can do that with our other partners. So it would be definitely worthwhile contacting them this morning, or contacting them after this morning. So is it possible to get the recording set? Yes, of course it is. Hopefully all went well with the recording, and we can send that out. And we do provide all resources. So we would say that this is a fully funded programme and there's no cost implication to you. But what we're finding for this round, we didn't come across it in piece 4, but we have schools querying as to whether or not there is a budget to allow teachers to come out and to avail of the training, so that you can get substitutes in. But no, unfortunately, we don't have a budget for that. So the staff training, we need to get that built into your day, or your inset days, or your twilight days, or wherever it is that you can facilitate that to happen. But in terms of all of the other resources and the play materials, we bring them along with us. In terms of the 5th session I mentioned, which would be in a mutual environment, preferably outdoors, because that is our preferred environment to take place in terms of children's play. We will provide buses as well, and we will be providing buses for you and your children to be able to transport to whatever destination, whatever venue that we happen to be planning our 5th session for. And as well as that community session that I mentioned earlier as well, that would happen a few times in a year in each area. Someone else typing there, so we'll give them. Yep, you're absolutely welcome. It actually really is brilliant. As I say, we did deliver this programme as part of piece 4, and that was for the 4 to 9-year-olds. This time our focus is in the 9 to 11-year-olds, so we've really been able to refine our materials to make it more suitable for that age range. We've currently started our delivery, and the feedback coming back from children already, it's just mind-blowing. And it's all because we're letting our children play. That's really, the video clip there spoke about having that time, space and permission to play. When we let our children have that time, space and permission, what comes off it, it's just mind-blowing. If there are no other questions at this stage, I'm happy to close the session. So yes, is the programme for 2025-26. So the programme is, so you're going into 2025 academic year, and then it would be going into 2026 academic year. I don't know if we've got a full year in terms of 2027. We're over a 3-year project, but we have started. We do have slots available for June delivery, recognising that that's very, very tight turnaround at this stage. But yes, if if you want to plan this into your next academic year or the following year, it's really first come, first serve, to be honest. We have 4 play participation officers who deliver in pairs, so our capacity isn't a lot. So but we do tend to try our best not to turn you away. So if it's something that we can't facilitate, we would work with our partner organisations, and particularly Action Mental Health and Cooperation Ireland, who are the other partners that do work with the younger age group. And we would try and get you a programme delivered via those partners. Yeah, and you can select a year then. So the process is, if you put your expression of interest in, once we have a partner for you, or you already have your partner, the next stage would be we would arrange a Teams call with you both, and that's really to look at logistics of timings and what have you. And then we would invite you to complete a booking form confirming all of those dates. And once we receive that booking form in, that's you booked in the diary. We confirm that that's you booked in the diary. So it's really your turnaround and how quickly, because we know how busy it is for schools. We can set the motions in place quite quickly. So we can, that would be maybe the turnaround. Hopefully I've explained that right, if I've answered that question. Yeah. Yes, August is a great time for the next academic year. We realised we did begin this programme halfway through the academic year, so building in staff training was going to, and it is proven to be and is quite difficult for schools. So if you are looking to deliver for the next academic year, we'd be looking to say, yes, get us booked in for your inset days in August. Then looking at your inset days for the next term, which would be after Halloween, get us built into any inset days that there may be there in October. And likewise for Christmas, either if you've got inset days just before Christmas or after Christmas for the staff training, and then the 5 children's sessions would roll out after that. Hopefully that makes sense. And all right, so unless anyone else has anything else would like to. Oh, someone else typing? Yeah, perfect. You're welcome. Okay, well, thank you everyone for your time.